Hello everyone, I am JustFold and I'm very excited today to bring to you a highly anticipated matchup between two very well-known members of the community. Both these guys are on the horn and are overall heavyweights. We've got Yoshi. Yoshi is going to be representing Scream of Terra, and Inarin representing my very own River Casino. We're gonna have, in this set, we're gonna have Yoshi on a Gilgamesh Ursa build, and Inarin's gonna be rocking Bayo Hydrus. He's gonna be rocking Bayo Hydrus with an Oracle build, and we get to see both his amities right out the gate. Both are gonna be 40% crit chance, one with a parapet bonus, and the other with an accuracy. Going to be leading out with Verse and using the Mammon Acolyte Pest. You'd think he's on maybe like a one-shot, two-shot build, just trying to take advantage of that 50% damage cap and just get both 50% damage both from his spells and the pet. Yoshi is going to be rocking Mighty Mimic. Be rocking that for the quick damage boost, and it's going to be on a Raider build, so maybe we'll see like Berserk with Mighty's Mimic. Just get the damage that you need right away, and then just go blasting from turn 2 on. Let's see, we got a Fortitude Amity. Looks like we're getting ward turns out of Yoshi's Amity here. Inarin did go Verse that first turn, and you know the way the Blades of Finesse works, if you do not act in a timely manner, you are going to sleep dart by mistake. And we are going to get Yoshi taking that first set. Neither of these guys are going to be spending too much time trying to defend. It looks like Inarin comes out the first turn right out the gate with a Verse build. Now, Inarin did get both his Verse and the Mammon Acolyte proc on the same turn, which was enough to bring Yoshi down to 1 with a Poison proc. And Yoshi just didn't have enough damage to take Inarin out, and does die to the Poison proc, so Inarin does take game 2. Now, both these guys aren't wasting any time. They're just going to damage. Once again, leads out with the first, but he's not getting the pet proc out of the Mammon Acolyte. So you think maybe this build could use a little bit more pet action rate. Looks like Yoshi does take that. Yep, just Verse and Guarding Strikes, and just see who is luckier, and that's the way this set is going to go. So that is going to be 3-2 in Yoshi's favor. Is going to take that first set. Alright, we're going to pause here. It does look like we changed up a little bit from Inarin's side. We are now on a... Well, it really looks like the only thing that had changed is the Stone Dog as the new pet of choice for Inarin. Looking to get a little extra block, but it did not make the difference in that first set. That is going to be Yoshi. Inarin is still taking the 4-set advantage, leading out right away with Verse. Looks like we got a little bit of health regen, so it's given Yoshi just enough regen to make it so that Inarin can't just deal 50% in 2 turns and kill him. So it's a small amount of HP regen, but it is kind of making the difference if we're on a 2 or 3 turn clock. Yoshi's gonna take that one. Bringing that for the Ward of Orknight, which does block most of the damage Yoshi is going to get on that first turn. Inarin does get the Pet Sacrifice second chance, and does take that set 3-2. Inarin does take that. Now we are going to turn over to Inarin for this third set. Inarin is going to give us a quick glimpse at his gear. We got to go ahead and see that he is on a Tamer build this time around. If I'm not mistaken, I saw a Selene pet. So we are probably going to be using a loot with follower stats in that weapon slot. And what seems to be just full tank, we've got really high ward options from Arisen Shield and Face Surge's Cuirass. 85% ward on that Face Surge's Cuirass, so that's going to be pretty high percent. Using the Ectoplasm. The Ectoplasm in the accessory slot is going to be tech here. You know, it's a cool mix-up. If most of the time you think physical damage is going to be safe, but if it catches you by surprise, you're going to take 50% damage reduction right out the gate. And Inarin doesn't really care too much about this sleep debuff if he is going to be doing the majority of damage with his pet in this set. And would you look at that old Northern Crown, 51% war, that is a high ornate. So we've got some pretty high defenses. Even getting high defenses from the Beguiled Boots, you know, 27% ward with that high of an HP pool does really make Beguiled Boots really high ward option, especially if we're not really going to be doing any magic damage, which the Beguiled Boots aren't really going to do much for you anyways. Alright, so we're going right in. It does look like Yoshi does have, for the first time in this match, the foresight advantage. Still same deal, going right in with Guarding Strikes 4, wants the ward turns, wants the damage. But it's not enough to take Inarin below 50%, and Inarin does have the HP regen. But Inarin isn't able to return the damage in a way that makes sense, so Yoshi does take that first game, just going 3 hits in a row. Now, we saw the Ectoplasm on Inarin's loading screen, but interesting to point out here, Yoshi must have called it. It's, you know, between them, the Ectoplasm is probably a well-known option that you're going to see, but if we're not seeing 50% damage reduction, not seeing those red hits, you know Yoshi is on an element for his attack and just must have just called it in the dark. Now Celine is maybe one of the best performing damage pets that Bayo is going to get access to. So he gets pretty high defenses from the Deific proc, and then Celine herself does tons of damage. So if Inarin is just going to buff ward and buff defenses right out the gate, he can slow down Yoshi enough that he's going to get a couple extra turns with the Celine. And the Celine is putting Yoshi on a clock for sure. Now, someone will have to let me know. I do not believe, I don't know this for sure, but I believe that Celine, as a pet, is not going to proc the counterattack passive that we have with Gilgamesh Ursa. Now that is going to be the set. It is, this was a very quick set. You know, there wasn't a lot of buffing, of ward turns, of utility. It was just straight into damage right from the get-go, all 3 sets. You did see Yoshi, it's hard to see there, but Yoshi is playing the collateral damage and leading pretty heavily into it. You see on most of his attacks are also accompanied by a collateral damage. Now in this last set, Inarin is able to put up enough defense that the collateral damage and the base attack aren't enough to get through, but the way this set went, Yoshi is able to take it 3-2 and get out of this 4th round undefeated as 4-0. Inarin is going to drop to 3-1. And this set was very competitive. It wasn't a very long set, but there was a lot of back and forth. Foresight seemed to matter a lot, especially in this last set. I think if Inarin did have the foresight advantage, I believe with the pet proc he would have been able to take it here. But you know, that's the way it goes. I want to thank both of these guys for participating, and thank you all for watching. Again, I am JustFold, and we will see you next time.